Hey kids, Grumpy Man here. I am in Saint-Michel-Des-Saints, so basically I drove for 3 hours. Very nice roads. Just topped off my tank. I'm actually turning around. It's a beautiful day. It's like, well, it's 13 degrees. It's very nice. Nice trip, except when you get stuck behind an actual motorcycle gang, so 40 Harleys, that wouldn't let anyone pass. And when I mean don't let anyone pass, anyone that drives anywhere, you know that when you're on rural highways and stuff, or any highway and there's big hills, there's passing sections so that big trucks that can't go up the hill very fast. There's a big, a nice 1 kilometer passing zone. So they were basically taking up all the lanes so that no one could go by them. And of course, you have to get stuck behind them spewing whatever they're spewing because they don't know how to tune a motorcycle. But it was an actual gang. They had patches and stuff, so anyway. So as you can see, very beautiful. Oh, that's a huge house. Jeez. Well then, with a private little pond. Is it a pond? Yeah. Nice. I'm on the 131 heading south. So the 131 ends like just where I was, not that far up. I think there's just some residential streets, but the actual highway, I think there's this. I didn't actually see the sign, but yeah. Saw one motorcycle accident on the way up. There was some twisty bits. I think it was a 70 or 80 zone, and there was a sport bike in the middle of my lane, like bits. I didn't see the actual rider, and there was a bunch of cars stopped, so I didn't stop. Otherwise I would have stopped if there wasn't anyone there, or just a couple people. But there was like 10. It was like 10 cars that stopped. So, and then 2 seconds later, up the road, I saw the police heading that way. We're in a 90 zone here. I'm gonna try and get around some stuff. Basically, I need to eat. So I wanted to start my way back. I've got a couple of parties to get to. It's 1:15. So I left the house at 9:15. I tried to sleep in a bit, just plotting my route. A neighbor of mine who has an FJR told me about this way, kind of, although he took a different way. So I've put the GPS to get me home, even though I'm pretty sure which way I get home, but I'm always curious which way it's going to take me. So basically I should be taking the 131 to the 337, and that will turn into the 125, and I can take the 125 to the 25, which turns into the 440, which is Autoroute de Laval, and then take the 13 and then the 40. Yeah. So it was, if I look at my trip meter, 250 kilometers, but long because I took a ferry as well, and getting stuck behind the Harleys that were doing barely the speed limit. And then there was like, not even a pothole, but like a reverse, like a bump in the road, and they all stopped, like fast. Anyway, don't call me Grumpy Man for nothing. I actually should have stopped, and when I just stopped, I should have had some water, because I've only had a couple cups of coffee today. So these things here is what I'm talking about. See this symbol? That means in 5 kilometers there's a passing zone. So, because fully loaded big rigs, they don't go up very fast, these cells. So, can we get some cruise? Can we get some cruise going? There, some cruise. That's I've actually got the heaters on because these are slightly vented. My ones, which are my full leather waterproof ones, I don't know what's up with them. I think they're just, I don't know. I know there's a bit of, I spilled oil in the back in my saddlebag, one of my side cases I should say, and I washed it, but every time I would go to lift my helmet, it would make a mark, and they're like damp inside, so I don't know. Maybe I sweated and then I just stuck them in the case, and who knows, right? Anyway, I need to get a new pair. I tried some on at the store yesterday or the day before, and they fit perfectly, except the fingers were like half an inch too long. I got some weirdo hands, I tell you. So full tank, it says I do 348. I don't have all my luggage on, so maybe. It's enough to get home. So I may, pardon my sniffling, but, so I may have enough to get home. The way I'm going home, though, is, let's see, it says I arrive at 3:30, and it's how many kilometers? 190 kilometers. So I have ample. So it says Route Principale. So you have to kind of like stare at these signs, and it's a pain sometimes because one road will share a few numbers, and I know that happens everywhere, but if you don't know the area, I'll see what highway this actually is, but anyway, we're going to take the boring way home. The other thing, I got new tires, so I call them Pilot Road 5s, but I think Michelin just calls them Road 5s. It's their latest ones. They're pretty cool. I've done 200, so they're pretty much scrubbed in. I should try and take some corners maybe a little bit faster. Scrub them in. But they've gone through a few temperature cycles too, which I think is the most important thing. And 42 pounds of air, front and rear. Someone told me, someone that's been running Michelins for like 20 years says they take a little bit higher pressure in the front. And that's why when I had Pilot Road 4s, they were cupping a bit, and he said, well, that's probably why. So, but I like the feel of them. They're nice. They're not noisy. The Road Tech 01s, the Metzlers, were noisy in the front. I mean, you could hear it. It wasn't exactly annoying. So, taking that way home. And of course I got traffic too, like the 125 through Saint-Julien. Oh man, every time there's weekend traffic there. It's a 50 zone too. It's just, there's a lot of lights. So, we got nice roads here. Saint-Zeno. And just random, you know, speed limit changes. Yeah, there's some nice hello? Washing your car. There's a lot of nice nice scenery, nice houses. These are nice little towns. I mean, I had cell signal. It says partner though or something on it, because I don't think my provider comes all the way up here, so I think it's Rogers or Bell probably, but I don't pay for that. For anything extra. Oh, that's a nice old. Wow, reminds me of Beverly Hills 90210. Yes, that's how old I am. Reminds me of the original 90210, not that wasn't really a remake, but a continuation kind of that they did. I don't know, 2011, 2010. around there. Yeah, anyway, one of the girls on the show, she had that in the first season, which was like 1991, 92, something like that. Anyway, nice old 3 Series. I mean, it's not a powerful, because it is a nice looking car. It's not powerful. Spiders everywhere. So someone told me also the reason why those 3-wheeled atrocities are so why they're very popular. So this is a passing thing, so they would be taking up, they spread out to take out everything, take up the both lanes. So anyway, yeah, the spiders are very popular here because the people that make the spiders is Can-Am, which is Bombardier, who make ski-doos. And ski-dooing, why we do that? Ski-dooing is extremely popular, obviously, because you're up in the country. So sorry guy, but you're lost, it's okay. So there's a big dealer network, so that's another reason. Besides the fact you could take a 1-day course. If you have a car license, you take a 1-day course. There's a GS Adventure behind me. You see the square bags and I don't know if it's an Adventure, it's a GS. Oh, it's a 70 zone too. Oh, okay. Won't go too fast. So people like that there's a lot of dealers out here for skidoos and recreational vehicles. They also make 4-wheelers and so forth. So hello, Mr. Fat Boy, 2 headlights. So yeah, and that I understand. I mean, that there's a dealer and you can, it's nice not having to go far. I'm glad I found the guy where I got my tires from. So he says he has the best prices in Canada. So I believe him. So I have a video that I didn't put up. It's actually on this SD card, I think. I don't know how my battery's at 67. I got a bunch of batteries anyway. I just wanted to record a bit up here, so this is nice, but now we're stuck behind a crane. Look at this. Isn't that nice? And there haven't been a lot of bugs. Well, we are September too, but I think it's an older GS because I don't see it doesn't look like he's got LED headlights on it. With that LED ring that goes around the lights. Yeah, I'm definitely going to stop and get us a quick something. It's telling me now 26 kilometers. We have to get around these guys at some point. So pretty nice day. I'm very happy that I was able to get my tires switched. The cords were thrown in the back tire. It was completely flat in 18,000 kilometers, and the metal bands were showing. So yeah, it had to be changed. So I'm not going to ride tomorrow probably because I've got just so much stuff to do at home that hasn't been done because I wasn't there and it was raining. So I could go out in the morning if I wanted to, but I think I'm going to give my shoulders a break. We'll see. I know my son doesn't want to get up early to go, so. But I've got a few things to do. It's not the end of the world. We've still got some nice riding time. Okay, here we go. be speeding like that. Let's slow down. A little bit over the limit is... There's not a lot of cops out here. But, yeah, it's 12, so my hand... Since these are vented a little bit, there's no... they're not insulated, so... I saw some ones, like I said, so I have to try on some different brands. These are 2XL, I think, and they are a little bit big. I need XL, but I did buy ones like these. Oh, what were they called? They're Alpine. Were they Alpine Stars? Yeah, they were Alpine Stars, and they were just XL. And, they're a bit tight, so I have to try maybe, well, Revit. Those are the ones that I have that are kind of dank. Revit is a good brand. It's pretty good prices. Like, I got a lot of Revit stuff. So we went through. So basically, I took the ferry, then I took the 327, then the 158, then the 337, and then this is the 131. Beautiful little lake. Or river. And in very important news, so good friends of mine that go have supper like almost every Friday. Older gentleman, he's 70, I'll say 70 years old, and he's an ex-pilot, but he used to have motorcycles. And he never got rid of them. So they've been in a storage in Eastern Townships in Ayers Cliff or something. So basically the last time he started this one bike is like 20 years ago, but it is a 1968 Honda 450. And from his description, I'm pretty sure it's a Honda Scrambler from that year, which has the high pipes on the side. So basically, I'm going to get them that for free. And he also has a early 80s, late 70s, 80cc. Hey guys, I'm back. So, a little poutine, or, well, McDonald's poutine, so not really. Fast. Had a pee. Well, we're good. Looked at the map to see which convoluted way they're going to take me home. So the default is the 40. So, which I don't want to take because that means taking the Metropolitan through downtown. Well, not downtown Montreal, but through Montreal, and there's always freaking traffic. So, yeah, we're on. Change the battery. Basically, I should be taking the way that I came. Which is 337. Anyway, I forget which way it was telling me to go. But we'll see. We shall see. Big fluctuations in gas prices. It's $1.46, which is pretty freaking expensive where I am at home. And I saw $1.25, which is where I gassed up, I think. You're closed. So on this, I don't see the steps, so I don't know which way. Google was taking me a different way. But I think I know which way I have to take. And there shouldn't be traffic the other way. So. Really nice day. Well, I basically had weather like this on my trip up to Manic 5. just got a spot of rain, really. I mean, it took me longer to put my rain stuff on than the actual rain, so. But if I would have stayed till the Sunday, or if I would have like done a different route and come back on Sunday, then I wouldn't have been happy, because goddamn, it was pouring. So I'm hoping most of the traffic is opposite, which it should, because most people are going up to their cottages, you know, for less and less weekends once Labor Day is passed, you know. My headache will go away now that I've had some food. I didn't eat that much because it's already after 2. If I want to pop into my friend's birthday day party just to say hello, then I would like to, if possible. I mean, it's on my way. It's not really on my way, but it's not really far. My other party is 2 houses down, so yeah. Oh, after a day on the bike, a nice nice drink works out well. Oh, it's an INE zone, people. Wake up. Seriously. I love doing 72 in a 90 zone. It's fantastic. Oh, we're speeding up a bit. Oh, getting crazy. Yeah, see, this has like road names, but I'll see if it's the way I want to take. This is the 340. Yeah, the 348. I don't know if that's the junction they're talking about, because I don't really want to take that. I want to stay on this. When I see guys on sport bikes, I'm like, my God, how are you comfortable? And of course, the girl on the back, like, it's a tiny little perch on sport bikes, eh? And it's higher, and your legs are really bent. A friend of mine, I asked her, I said, because she's been on bikes, I said, "You've been on sport bikes a lot?" She goes, "Oh yeah." She goes, "If you like the guy, you have to really like the guy, because I think you're you're kind of hugging him." I mean, I had a sport bike, but when I had a sport bike, it wasn't sure it was a sport bike, but it was an Interceptor. It had a one-piece seat still, you know? So they were just coming out. There wasn't really sport bikes in like '83. That's why when that came out, you know, there was I think the GPZ. There was some sporty standard bikes with tiny little, you know, fairings or whatnot, but not like fairings, little windshields. So no, sport bikes aren't for me. Well, if I had more than one bike, which I will soon, but if I had more than one bike that were road, maybe one of them would be a sport bike, but it doesn't. I like naked bikes. 950 meters I'll be turning. Okay, let's see which could be. I don't know what city this is. It's not Rawdon. Rawdon's a bit further. Like I don't even remember if I even passed through here, so. Doesn't matter, does it? Junction 345. No, I don't know. I don't think I want to go that way, but let's see what the sign says. Oh, it is the same way, kind of, so. 131 South. That's pretty much what I want, anyway. 31, and that, until I see the. I don't remember if I came this way. There's a bunch of roads that are kind of all mishmash around here, so. Yeah, sorry, it was my ear. My ear's not in the ear hole. The kind of the space for your ears and these things. Nice place. See, I like this weather, and I like it if it's if it's warmer but not crazy hot. That I wear my vented gear and it's not bad, and then but not crazy hot that you always have to keep stopping to drink water. Saint Felix de. I don't think I came this way. Yeah, see, it's saying Autoroute 31. Okay. Basically what you have to do is go in here, where to, and reset, and I could put just routes. So there's different routes I could take. Nope. You should have to stop the bike to do that, because you have to use your fingers. The whizzy wheel doesn't work for that. Which I might do. just look at my phone too and look at Google. Flea market. We're going south, so let's try that again. Beep. Beep. Routes. That's taking this way is taking no. 2 routes, that's it. Where is this ticket? Go. It's the same fucking line. I might pull over and use Google. Oh, Gregoire, I've heard of them. Here. Let's see. Do. See if Google is going to fail me. Where am I now? Fuck it. That's famous last words, I guess, but that's the fastest way, so. Hello, bicycle. Hello, car. I needed to turn further up and cut west. I've come so far south that the closest thing is the 40, so well, let's just hope. I mean, it's gonna be, there's gonna be some traffics, but surplus d'armée. Oh yeah, I need that truck. And I need a howitzer for the front. Or that, I don't know if that was a dirt bike. I think it's a Suzuki TS80. So I'm gonna go, well, I'm gonna go with him. And, because he's got a trailer. He's got a big Toyota Land Cruiser. Like, the big ones. So go down there. It's a bit of a drive. It's a good hour's drive. Like, look at this river. There's like a little creek here on the side. So it's a national park. Oh man, that's beautiful. Like, I don't know if I said it. Did I say it? A big part of me wants to buy like a GS with and learn how to drive it on dirt and stuff, and go and camp and stuff. Because basically, if you camp, well, first of all, if you camp, you save a bunch of money, because the hotels in the remote areas are freaking are not that expensive, but you know, it adds to your trip. And if you're going to go for a week trip, like major mileage, yeah. So I don't know, I got the bug to go, well, where the road ends, kind of. But there's still roads, it's still the highway. There's a Trans-Labrador Highway, the Trans-Taiga Highway. So it's up north, like, basically you could do the four corners of Canada, basically. But you know, you almost need 2 weeks. And there's another one, well, where I went, where I have a video, which I put up, the Manic 5 hydro place. You keep going, you hit Fermont, Quebec, then you keep going, Labrador City. Then you keep going, you pass Churchill Falls and everything. And it's like, it's dirt, gravel, you know, you need to have good gas range, and you need to have gas tanks with you just in case. And then you can keep going, and then you go through Labrador, you end up at the east coast of Labrador, so you're right on the ocean. You come down, and you come down all the way to where the road ends, and the road ends at Blanc-Sablon. So basically, if you were to go from Quebec City, where I went, in Baie-Comeau, and then you hit Godbout and everything, the highway very ends, and then there is no road. So you're on the other side of that. So the only way to get home, besides backtracking the whole way, which you probably wouldn't do, there's a ferry. So the ferry takes you across the bay, and I don't know, to Newfoundland. And then you go down the coast, the western coast of Newfoundland. And then eventually you hook up with the Trans-Canada Highway. And then there's another ferry you could take, that you have to take. And you take it to Cape Breton. Then from there, home. So Cape Breton, and yeah. But that's probably a 2-week trip, realistically. So you need to know, so for me, I need to know how to drive, how to get comfortable driving in the dirt. We're not talking off-roading, we're talking dirt roads. Now, just dirt and gravel, I'd probably be okay. But if it rains, then that's a whole other thing. That I need to learn some basic mechanic stuff that, being a car mechanic, I never did learn. Like how to change a tire, like if I get a flat out there, which is very possible. So if I get a flat, how to change a tire manually with tire irons and everything, what to do, and you know, mix in a little survival stuff, because if you break down, well, shit. There's help is 200 kilometers away, sometimes 400 kilometers away. So even if I have a sat phone, which I would rent a satellite phone. It's like $2 a minute to use it, but if you're stuck, then you're like, so you need to have stuff with you. So even if you weren't camping and you had hotels planned out, and I don't think you could plan hotels out. I really don't think. I think you'd have to do some really long days, which I've done. And 800 kilometers on paved, nice roads is one thing, but 800 kilometers where you're really need to pay more attention and there's a lot more abuse to your body going over all the bumps and stuff. Yeah. So anyway, so you need to have stuff on you need to have, if you have camping gear, so you have to buy all the camping gear, since I don't camp. So you have to have your tent and, you know, the proper outdoor survival stuff, gear-wise, so for the temperature that it's going to be, and it can get hot up there, and there's crazy amount of deer flies and black flies you get eaten alive. So the only good thing is there is the BMW Club of Quebec, which I am a member of, which I've done nothing with because it seems to be just GS owners. They do a lot of that stuff, so it's either I start doing that, or I just do road tours, and either way there's a shit ton of stuff to see. The thing is, if with a GS you could do both. So it's not that, so basically if I said, okay, this year I'm gonna do mainly roads and stuff. Well, you could put GS and GS Adventure. You could put sport touring tires. I could put these tires on it, maybe. Anyway, you could put street tires or like basically 90% street tires, because they come with that. So you can spoon on a set of those, and you know you're good. And if you say, oh, I'm going to just be doing, I'm going to do more hardcore a bit, so you put, 50-50 tires or something, or 60-40, whatever. Anyway. Whereas if I were to buy an RT, which I adore, I just can't, and a new one, I don't even know what kind of crazy good stuff they're going to put on the new one. With an RT, so you're super comfortable, you could cruise all day on that. But you can't do the other stuff. So basically, I'm not the only person to have gone through this. So basically, I just really have to decide, if I want to go down the rabbit hole of the camping stuff, before I get too old, because I'm not old now. While I'm physically able to do all this stuff. I'm liking these tires. Not that I'm pushing them. I'm not really pushing them very hard. But of course, coming off of tires that are worn, they had grip, but they were flat, right? They had flat sections. So this one, of course, I'm gonna turn. Oh, look at that! My God, and that's their backyard. Oh, you got a little drop. Oh yeah, look at that, a little bridge. Oh wow. Oh man, look at that. They had a bridge to get to their front door. It reminds me of Lost Boys. The house. Look at that creek. Oh man. Let's turn off the hand warmers. I think 16. Yeah, there's all these little bridges. I don't know if that's a private entrance to a house. Could be trails here. Yeah. Anyway, so I gotta think all that anyway. So I'm probably not changing my bike for a little bit. I don't have, financially it wouldn't make that much sense. So I put tires, and I'm probably gonna try putting yeah, he's on his phone, the guy. That was good. That was really good. I'm going to try to get a bigger windscreen. So the windscreen I have, this one I don't call a windscreen. This thing is just, I have the short, you can see this on my videos, I have the sport screen from Beamer. That's 11 inches, so if I get something in the 18 inches range, I still won't be looking through it, but it should deflect the air, hopefully above my helmet. So it's just which one to get. So I have to, I think I don't know the specs of the BMW one. So anyway, I gotta do some Google foo. I could probably get the part number, and then I can get, there's some online parts stores, and I could probably look up the part number. Oh, there's a VFR. And just see the dimensions. I don't think it's tall enough though, because the other one that I have, it basically puts air right into my chin. So, and it's dirty air. Another creek over there. Oh. I'm also finding that these tires, the ride, I don't know, it seems a little bit smoother. I mean, the bigger imperfections here, I'm still feeling them, but in general, they seem to be a bit smoother. Anyway, these ones, as they wear out, I should still have, you know, water evacuation on them and stuff, just because that's one of the design differences with these. Anyway, everyone's of course saying they're the best thing, but we're in Saint-Michel-Des-Saints. So I think it's taking me there. So here we go. We'll see what. I'm pretty sure this is the way I came, because there's not that many ways to go, honestly, once you're up here. I'm pretty sure that's what was. I'm pretty sure this is going to be the 337. We shall see. Yeah, I just was curious. Anyway, I know where I'm going, kind of. People that know me would say, maybe not. Yeah, that's it. 337. Yeah, 347. 347. I just came this way, so. Pretty nice day. Like if I had my other gloves that were working, not damp, it'd be perfect. I've got a bunch of layers on. It's not going to get much warmer. It's supposed to be like 18-20 degrees, so not really warmer. So basically until about 22-23 I don't have to take anything off, because I've got my usual t-shirt, long sleeve t-shirt, polar fleece. Then I got the rain layer, and this is all under the jacket. There's a Sadie zone. So yeah, just checking my battery. But there's some all across North America there's roads like this, but Quebec is pretty nice for roads. And since I have the little guide from the government that's it's Motorcycling Quebec, and it's free in the little maps, and they show bathrooms, and they show, you know, if there's a place where there's going to be a big distance before you can get gas, it's going to tell you, you know, put gas and stuff. So it's pretty cool for something that's free. Yeah, it's almost 2 o'clock. I'm like, what's that funny feeling in my stomach? There's a zillion things on this way, so. I just have cheat sheets here, so to get up, sort of basically just following the same way back, except for I'm not taking the ferry or anything. I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna take the straight highway. The ferry was busy. Usually when I take the ferry, I'm like, it's like 7 in the morning, but today I was there 9:15, 9:20. So there's a lot. It was full. Actually, no. This is a different way than I took. Yeah, I passed this. I was supposed to take 337, 347, and somehow I just took the 337 until it ended. And I remember I passed where we just turned to get onto here. I passed it. It was on my left. It was on my right, and I said, "Oh, that's where it is." So this is the way I was supposed to. So this is a slightly different route than I took up, which is good. I'm not doubling back. I always prefer not to double back. So I have two people that have a birthday party. One guy's he's having a birthday day, so he said people can come by anytime during the day. So I'm gonna try and just pass by, depending on what time I get back to the city. They don't live far from me. It's a nice private pond. Oh, it's trailer. It's a campground. RVs. Or I did come this way. Whatever. That's why they invented GPSs, right? Anti-air kind of gun, or that's what I need. So I'll record for a bit. This is still a nice drive. Autoroute 31. Like I've never taken some of these roads, so it's good too that I see this. Yeah. So I had to cut back, and then probably the 347 maybe. I had to cut in, and then that's all, and whatever. Whatever. Still make it home 1550. Not so bad. I mean, the 40 is going to be mind-numbing boredom. I took that to go up to Quebec City. So we're going to be just outside of Montreal. But it's the Metropolitan, so the elevated expressway, that we get traffic. And you really have to just pay attention for morons. But that's okay. So is it a more scenic route the other way, which I wanted to take? Yeah, it's kind of more scenic because the 125 is pretty scenic. There's not that much stuff, and then the 25, and then the 440 is not. It's a highway that cuts across the island of Laval. There's two. There's the 64. Well, no, it's just a 440. So it's not all that interesting. Not that this is that interesting. But yeah. I'll stop before the exit, and I think I'll stop recording because I don't think people want to be watching this this stuff. And I'll put my tunes back on. Maybe a different, basically an hour and a bit, so I'm not that far off actually. But longer to get up there because I took that was the milk run. I fully admit it was the milk run. I think we'll turn in. Here's a nice spot. Be safe. All right. Well, thanks for watching. It wasn't really a long video. I don't know if I'll even post it, but. I appreciate you if you tuned in. Have a great day, and I'll have some other videos up too, especially if I get those vintage bikes. Thanks a lot. South, or maybe it's up. We don't. Maybe it was there. I passed it. Yeah. Oh, he's getting off there. Turning around. Maybe he's lost. Oh, goodbye, GS. Fellow Beamer. Yeah, I came this way before. So I'll be posting videos if I get to work on those bikes. It means. Well, I have another bike too. I have a Z50R, Z50. So a little dirt bike, and the transmission is the engine runs. I got it to my daughter's boyfriend muddled around with a little carburetor, and we got it to run, but transmission doesn't do anything. So the transmission, I have to take the transmission apart basically. So yeah. So I have the room in my garage, put it that way. I mean, usually, so I have my daughter's scooter, 50cc scooter. Oh, beautiful. So normally I have one on either side, and then my car, because it's a Focus, it fits. So I had I basically had my car in the garage all winter, which is. It's nice. It just, I still some mornings have to shovel or whatever, but anyway, we'll see. If I could get the bikes, then probably worth it. Money-wise, to fix them, I don't think it's that much. I mean, it's going to be time more than anything. I mean, I'll need tires and a battery, for sure. That's an obvious thing. The tires it's a 1968, the tires, I don't think they're the original tires, but I don't think they're, oh, come on. Go around, let me by. Thank you. So I don't know if you get parts. I'll look it up. I know there's Partzilla. I've looked at parts for bikes from like the 90s and stuff, but it's 1968. But there must be a market for. Because I see in motorcycle magazines people riding these vintage bikes, and you can't be fabricating everything. Although with 3D printing, that's soon 16 kilometers. That's going to be a thing, right? You can 3D print stuff, and some of these guys do have machine shops and stuff. And I have a friend who he restored a Mini, so a 1972 Austin Mini, and he, like, you know, the dog's going nuts in there. I think the dog knew this home. So yeah, my good friend of mine, so he's good at like electrical and stuff, but a motorcycle is far less complicated, I think, than a car. And he's even colorblind, and he managed to fix it up. I think he got one of his kids to say, okay, what color is this wire? What color is this wire? Yeah. And he was telling me he wants to restore a bike. He wanted to find a CBX, so a Honda CBX, which is a 6-cylinder inline 6, air-cooled, from the late 70s, I think. He wants to find one of those, but if I find these, we'll see. Anyway, we'll see. You know, something that's been sitting that long. I know it's got flat tires, and you know, if there's gas in it, it's varathane by now. So, you know, I know a little bit of what I'm in for, just because I don't know, I watch a lot of shows, and I've been reading about restoring cars since I was a little kid. So, and gasoline turns to varathane. So I don't know if it's a 2-cylinder or a 4-cylinder, because I didn't think they had an inline 4 until 1969, until the CB 750 came out. So anyway, I can find out once I know, once I've seen it and stuff, then we'll see. Yeah, really nice day. I'm going to stop at a fast food place once I'm in civilization. Saint-Jean-de-Matin. One of the people I'll see tonight at a party, neighbor's father. Well, my neighbor's daughter's 18th birthday today, and so it's a special thing. We chipped in, we got her a laptop. She didn't have her own computer, so got a nice refurb ThinkPad. I was very impressed. An X230, so a little bit older, but it had an SSD and it had 8 gigs of RAM. The only thing I had to do is like install Windows, activate it, install Windows updates, and the BIOS. Yeah, the BIOS was really old, and there's a lot of vulnerabilities now with the Intel chips, WannaCry and all that. So, oh, look at that! Is that a golden arch? Yeah, I think I'm going to stop here and have a bite to eat, guys, because hungry man is hungry. Yeah. It's okay. I'm not going to run you over. Alright, so I'm going to turn off. I'll put back on because it's a pretty nice ride. So, catch you in a bit.